This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Now, this is why this is so frustrating. You just pitched a great costume idea to me. I'm trying to help you, and then you're sitting over there going, there's no way that'll get here in time.
It won't.
Yeah, okay, but that's why most people decide their Halloween costume like 2 or 3 weeks ahead.
It's too hard. It's too much pressure.
You,
The people that go, I already know what I'm being next year. Calm down.
I already know what I'm going as next year.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Is it a bald person?
Yes, Elmer Fudd.
Oh, that'll be good.
Thank you.
This year, I think, is going to be your best. So make sure you're following along on social media. Ryder always rules Halloween. It's going to be good.
Just the bald, chubby characters. Like
You're not chubby, first of all.
I am. I have my path that I don't stray from.
Yeah, and it works for you.
Works pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
So the one you just suggested was Britney Spears in the Toxic music video, I think?
No, it's not Toxic music video. It's when she performed at the VMAs and she had the boa constrictor around her neck.
So if you had a stuffed snake, you could crush that.
Yeah, but where do I find a stuffed snake that's not less than $100 at like Mastermind Toys?
I just found one.
Okay, but it's not going to get here in time.
Available
You're
to
way
ship.
too
Arrives
optimistic.
November 15th. So
November 15th?
Where were you? Where were you 2 weeks ago with that suggestion?
I know. I don't know. I've been busy, man. I don't have time to think about Halloween.
My other one for you was you look like Kaylee Cuoco from Big Bang Theory. She was also in Flight Attendant, and in that she plays a drunk who just chugs mini bottles all the time. And I was like, how much fun is that? If you were just loaded up with mini bottles, walking around the party sipping on those all night.
Such a niche costume, though. Nobody knows who that is. How many people have watched The Flight Attendant? Not a lot.
A decent amount. It was a fairly popular show.
Janine says, Handmaid's Tale lady, nothing exciting. Just like, no. There's no motivation this year. Sean says Toys R Us has stuffies. They might have a snake. It'd be worth taking a look. And it would be under $100, I'm sure. I don't know, man. Toys these days.
What else
so
is she
expensive.
wearing in that outfit?
She's basically wearing a bra and like tassels on her hips.
Is boa constrictor. I don't know how to spell boa constrictor.
BOA.
Yeah.
CON construction worker. I don't know. How do you spell it?
I don't
Boa
think
constructor worker.
boa constrictor. Oh, it's 2 words. Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So you need a green bra and some really short shorts.
You know, bras are $100, right? See, this is the problem. Every single person I've talked to about Halloween, they're all saying, I don't want to spend money this year. Everybody is cheap in 2022 because they have to be. Oh, Julie says she has a stuffed snake I can borrow. She also lives in the same area as us. Maybe I should get her to drop it off.
There you go. Look at this.
Is it really big, Julie?
Julie, do you have a really big bra to go with it?
You got it. Do you got some F cups? I'm just kidding. Not even close. But
So what do you think?
Yeah, that's a good one. Am I comfortable to have my midriff out all night when I know there's going to be buffalo chicken dip on the snack table? See, that's another thing I have to consider.
Your budget-friendly morning show. It feels like about a third of our content lately has been hacks to save money on Halloween decorations, hacks on how to save money at the grocery store. And that continues today. So CBC is talking about this, just how are you beating the high cost of living? I read an article about it this morning. And then I went to the comment section because I knew that would be a tire fire that I wanted to be a part of.
Yeah, of course.
And Heather was the top comment, and she's a chef, and she had some really good advice about saving money while you're cooking.
How?
Don't be tied to a list, she said. Like in years past, I think having a list when you went to the grocery store is probably a pretty smart idea. She said you can save a lot of money by adjusting to things as you go. So go to the grocery store if chicken thighs are on special, for example, and you plan to make chicken Alfredo.
Okay.
Pivot and make chicken Alfredo with thighs instead of breasts.
Right, like recipes shouldn't be exclusive to exactly what's on the list.
Yeah, and you can save a lot of money by just looking at what's on sale. And then she said, make sure you're making your own stock. So if you are buying chicken, buy it with skin and bones and use that to make your base for a healthy soup. Plus, thighs and whole chickens are often on sale.
Everybody's drinking chicken broth right now, aren't they? Bone
broth, yeah.
Seems to be very popular. People are making it in bulk and then storing them in glass jars and like drinking it as if it like in a mug.
Mm-hmm. I made 2 full chickens the other day and then like prepped that chicken for the week for a few days. And that worked pretty well. And then I used both those chickens to make soup. And I've just kept it in a big Ziploc freezer bag. And then I froze it flat. And it actually worked really good for storing in the freezer.
Yeah.
And then I just pulled it out when I was ready to make soup when I had veggies that were on their last leg. So, yeah, you kind of got to figure out how to grind these days. Make every dollar count a bit more. But some good tips there. If you want some more, hit us up at 780-784-7107.
I wish I had the energy to do stuff like that. I guess I should be having the bone broth first. Mm-hmm. So I need someone to give me their bone broth so I have the energy to make my own bone broth.
Very happy we had the second period we did last night, as it kind of felt like a 2-4 start would have inevitably ended up with a jersey on the ice.
I thought there was a jersey on the ice, but it was a Penguins jersey. And then Draisaitl threw it back.
Yeah, they're 4-1-1 though. Like, that's 4 wins, 1 overtime loss, 1 regulation loss. That's a hell of a start to a season. Like, out of a possible 12 points, they have 9. That's really, really good. So why are you throwing your jersey on the ice? Like, it's at this point now, it's attention seekers.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing when it's this early in the season and people are having hissy fits about scores and streaks and
there was
whatever.
Oilers jerseys thrown on the ice last year, and we ended up making it to the Western Conference Final. Like, if you want to give up on your team, you should be revoked.
You're never allowed to wear the jersey ever again.
No, like, honestly, you're forced to become a Flames fan.
Didn't you say there's someone you know that would always rant about the Oilers, and then when they were winning, you noticed they were posting a lot about how much they love them again?
Morning show host in Calgary who's an Oilers fan. And he just like, I'm done with this team.
And then we're just killing it. He's wearing his jersey to work.
A week later, he's getting a tattoo.
Ryder's like doom scrolling his account.
I almost just swore there. But seriously, like, and there was a Canucks jersey who threw their Canucks fan who threw their jersey on the ice last night. And the captain's like, if they want to throw their crap on the ice or their stuff on the ice,
they're going to donate it. So it's great for whoever gets it.
It's just so frustrating to see any fan base do this, though. Like, do people realize that one of the teams has to lose every night? Because one of the teams has to lose every night.
Also, do we really want to risk having McDavid not want to play here?
Right.
That's what makes me angry.
If I saw a McDavid jersey on the ice, if I saw somebody throw one,
I would never.
Yeah, I would just jersey them with their T-shirt and start throwing bombs. Instead, I don't care if it's a kid. Just to quit throwing your jerseys on the ice. Honestly, if you're a fan of a team,
who can afford to throw a jersey on the ice is what I want to know.
Like, the game last night didn't sell out. It was Sidney Crosby versus Connor McDavid. If that doesn't tell you that the prices are a bit high, yeah, and let alone jerseys. I saw a windbreaker I really liked, an Oilers windbreaker, starter style fit. It was $300. Like, what?
That is infuriating.
Yeah.
Especially because brands like Club Monaco are making a comeback because the whole 90s trend is back. And so they're jumping up those prices to insane amounts. You go to Walmart, you're trying to find that, or the Bay. Mm-hmm. Club Monaco,
just through the roof.
$200 for a sweatshirt, for a crew neck.
Yeah, so the prices are way too expensive to be throwing the jersey on the ice. Also, if you're a fan of a team, you're a fan of them when they're not playing well, too. You can't just give up on your team when they lose a game. That Pittsburgh fan last night, I was so mad.
Let's think of this in a different scenario. Mm-hmm. Let's say you acted like that every time your partner did something and you gave up and threw in the towel.
You took off your ring.
You packed up and you left every time they left a dirty dish in the sink.
Yeah, or like they back into somebody at Walmart and you take off your wedding ring and give it to them.
How about even worse? What about if we put this into a scenario where it's your kid? Okay. Your kid craps their pants at school. Mm-hmm. I'm not picking my kid up from school.
Not today.
It's not my kid anymore. Until you can go a full day without soiling yourself.
I don't like that kid anymore.
You can fend for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. But if those people want to send me $100 because they can afford to throw a jersey on the ice,
Apparently.
I'll send you my email that you can e-transfer it.
Here's another terrifying episode of Terror Tales.
Well, this is incredibly scary from Jordan. When I was 15, I was babysitting for my aunts on an acreage. She had a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old at the time. I was in the living room one night with the baby monitor beside me. She had a camera in each of her kids' rooms.
Is this Jordan that texts us every morning?
It's Jordan with a Y?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
The living room I was in had a huge sliding door and windows out to a balcony. These windows were basically the span of the entire wall and were floor to ceiling, covered with curtains. It was probably around 2 a.m. and I'm watching TV when all of a sudden the screen turns to static. I tried to change the channel, fixing the cord. Nothing was working. Then out of the corner of my eye, I see a flutter of the curtains. At first, I thought maybe it was the air coming from the vents that was fluttering them. I turned back to start trying to fix the TV again, and then I look up and see a shadow figure holding the curtain open.
No.
It wasn't fluttering anymore. The curtain was open. I just want to note that there was no way for anyone to get to that balcony unless they were already in the house. I ran from behind the TV and shoved my entire body into the cracks of the couch and covered myself and my face with the blanket when I feel someone staring at me. I grab the baby monitor quickly from under the blanket to see how the baby is doing. He was fine sleeping in the crib. I flip it to the 2-year-old, and what I see terrifies me. She's squatting on the floor, peeing, staring into the camera.
What?
I look closer, and the 2-year-old sleeping soundly in the bed all of a sudden, and this imposter child just smiles at me. I literally screamed and jumped off of the couch to rescue the 2-year-old from whoever or whatever was in there, just to see that the shadow figure was standing behind the couch leaning over me.
No.
Needless to say, I called my aunt crying, telling her and her husband to get back as soon as possible, as I'm paralyzed with fear and couldn't do anything. I never babysat for her again, didn't sleep for a week, and they moved the first chance they got. I remember every single detail of this story and still have night terrors now because of it. I think she said there was a fire or something on a neighboring property, and there was a helicopter that was there trying to rescue people from the burning house, and they were moving people to my aunt's property, and apparently a few people ended up passing away on my aunt's acreage. I hope you share this for all the non-believers out there from Jordan. That is a terrifying one. The
kid peeing?
Yeah, it wasn't the actual 2-year-old. It was just another 2-year-old. No.
Ghost child.
Thank you, Jordan, for scaring the crap out of all of us.
Yeah, that's a heavy one.
You just recently learned the chip brand was called Old Dutch. What did you think it was?
It looks like, and I'm talking specifically on the chip bags or chip boxes, whatever, it looks like the word is Old Ouch. Yes, I know that's not how you spell ouch, but the D looks like an O, so it looks like Old O-U-T-C-H. T-C-H. And so as a child, I'd always called them the Old Ouch.
Did you just not listen to other people talk? Because, like, the amount of times I've heard Old Dutch be said.
I never put two and two together. They were just always in the cabinet.
You just thought there was like an old Dutch man shopping for chips?
I'm not going to go out of my way when I'm asking for them to say the brand as a kid. I would just ask, can I have some ketchup chips? Because that's clearly that's the flavor you get if you're getting Old Ouch chips, because nobody does salt and vinegar, because those ones are disgusting.
You say it way too smoothly. Like, you can tell that this was something that you said numerous times, because that just came off like...
I never would go to my dad and be like, can I open a bag of Old Ouch? I'd say, can I have the ketchup chips?
This is so ridiculous.
So I don't think I'm alone with this. What is something that took you way too long to learn to either pronounce, or you looked at a label? Like, I remember driving by the Bay all the time. I did not know it was called the Bay, because that B looks like a flower. So I called it the A. And I'd be like, weird to have a flower. Do you sell flowers? No. These are just things as a kid. If somebody doesn't say it to you, you go too long in life not knowing any better. Amanda just wrote in saying, my husband thought that wreaths were called reefs. REEFS. See, that's just something you hear in passing. Your mom is like, we're putting up the Christmas decorations. Honey, go grab the
Reefs.
That is an innocent, cute thing.
Yeah, but that one is understandable.
So is Disnups and Old Ouch.
No, I don't think so.
Cassie just wrote in, haha, old ouch. K, guilty, memory unlocked. Lisa, me too.
No way.
Yes way.
It's super embarrassing when you get busted screwing up a word. Like,
Yeah.
I that happened with back catcher. I thought it was bat catcher, but bat catcher doesn't make any sense. You don't catch bats.
Yes, you do. The back catcher could totally catch a bat.
No, it's back catcher.
But when I go up and swing, I throw my bat and it usually hits the bat catcher.
Fair enough.
So that one's justified in my opinion. Ryan wrote in, first time texter. Thank you for contributing. I think this one's super relatable. We all remember being in high school science class when you were trying to say organism.
Mm-hmm.
And what actually came out when you had to read that paragraph to the entire classroom? You said the O word.
Yep.
Everyone laughs at you. It's so hard. You're sweating. You have beads of sweat coming down your head because you're counting down which paragraph is your turn. It has the O word in it.
You're like, don't screw this up.
Don't screw this up. Don't screw this up. And you always do.
Joel had a couple funny ones. He thought watermelon was water lemon. And he thought San Francisco, the store, was France and Cisco. Which is awesome.
Oh, that's cute.
And this one says, I had an embarrassing one from when I was a kid. I called Donkey Kong Conky Dong.
That's a good one.
So my wife, I've been with her for 20 years now, and when we first dated back in high school, she said hedgehog for me, but she said it hedgehog. She literally thought it was Headchog.
Hedgehog.
Hedgehog.
And I told her it was hedge like a bush and hog like a pig, and she nearly shit herself. She's like, are you kidding me? She's like, I've been saying hedgehog my entire life.
It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay.
It's 2K wordplay this week. We're doubling up the prize, but we're also doubling up the pressure. So we have caller 7 on the line, Bailey. Just so you know, for this week, we have set a timer. You have 25 seconds to get your answers in. How are you feeling?
Nervous. Very nervous.
Okay.
Lisa's nervous too.
I could puke, honestly. I get super nervous for this game, but I think it's more butterflies. Like I'm excited about it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Bailey, who is your teammate this morning?
I'll go with Ryder.
Okay. So this is how the game works. If you're listening for the first time, I'm just going to let Ryder leave the room. I'm going to say 5 words to Bailey. She's going to tell me the first word that comes to her mind. For everyone that matches up when Ryder comes back in, he hasn't heard anything. He doesn't know what my words are. She gets $50 per word. If all 5 of them match up, it's $2,000, Bailey. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm going to start the timer right after I say the first word.
Okay.
What comes to your mind when I say penny?
Money.
Haunt.
Cold.
Melody.
Music.
Trap.
Rap.
And scissors.
Cut.
Good answers. Nice and quick. I love that. Okay, so I just want to double check. There were a couple words I couldn't really hear because my timer was loud. What did you say when I said haunt?
Hot, I said cold.
Okay, so the word that I used was haunt. H-A-U-N-T. So we're going to let you just answer this one.
Ghost.
Okay, good answer. And then when I said trap, what did you say?
Rap.
Okay, perfect. Ryder, come back in. So just a heads up, Bailey didn't hear one of my words properly. So I did stop the timer and I let her redo that one. I feel like that's fair. Because if I'm not sounding clear enough with the timer behind me, we're letting it go.
Was the timer a little loud?
It was loud, yeah. Ryder, what comes to your mind when I say penny?
Money.
That's correct.
That's money for you.
That is money for you, Bailey. You've got $50.
Woo.
Ryder, what comes to your mind when I say haunt?
House.
Ghost. Okay, so we're not winning $2,000 today, but we have a chance of winning a lot of money still. So let's keep going.
Yeah.
What comes to your mind, Ryder, when I say melody?
Song.
Music. It's okay. Scissors.
cut.
That's correct.
Hey.
We got $100. We got $100. This one I think is going to be tough. I said trap.
Trap mouse?
No.
Yeah, I knew I was not going to get that one.
It's honestly, Bailey, it's so much pressure with the timer.
It
So
is.
I get it. We still won $100 this morning, though.
Yay! Yay, that's so exciting.
This James Corden drama was wild.
I don't like bullying, but he was the bully first. Mm-hmm. So we're allowed to be like, hey, James, stop.
He apparently was in a restaurant, and he breaks down his side of the story, I guess.
Yes, because we all heard about how he was banned from this restaurant. He was super rude. He's been rude for a long time.
And
several occasions.
The owner was standing up for his employee, right? So this is James' take on it, as he had his first late night show since the news broke about his rudeness and his ban from this restaurant.
Can you imagine walking into that shift and everyone that works for you on set knows the story and they're all like, hi, James.
Good job, bro.
Awkward.
Here's what he had to say.
So a couple of weeks ago, I was in New York with some friends, and we went for breakfast at one of my absolute favourite restaurants. It's a place called Balthazar, and I love it there. The service, if I lived in New York, I'd go every day on the proviso that, you know, they would let me in. So we sit down, we ordered, and my wife explained that she has a serious food allergy, right? So when everybody's meals came, my wife was given the food that she was allergic to. No worries, we sent it back, all was good. As her meal came wrong to the table the third time, in the heat of the moment, I made a sarcastic, rude comment about cooking it myself. And it is a comment I deeply regret.
Now, would you have regretted it if you didn't get banned from the restaurant and make international news?
Yeah.
Like, why did you regret it? Because you said something rude to an employee who's trying their best, or because you got busted? You know what I mean?
I accept everybody's opinion. I also hate, as I said to the owner that day, that I've ever upset anybody, ever. It was never my intention. It just wasn't. And I love that restaurant. I love the staff there. I hope I'm allowed in again one day. So when I'm back in New York, I can go there and apologise in person, which is something I will absolutely do. We'll be right back with more of the Late Late Show.
Okay, well, somebody needs to film him going in for the first time since.
Yeah,
I want to
awkward.
look. I need like the Office type of filming where they're zooming in on all of the employees when James Corden walks through the door.
They should do that as a bit on his show.
No, it's so cringe.
So one of the things that he did last night was read some of the comments that were said about him online, and I found a couple pretty good ones as well that we'll get to in a second here, but I thought they were pretty funny.
When I become president of hell, I'm going to make super hell and put James Corden in it. James Corden's so hard. God, I hate carpool karaoke so much, I don't even sing to myself anymore. And my personal favourite, which was, wait, James Corden has a wife?
Okay, so those were good, but he didn't read the, significant chirps here.
So you're just finding these on your own.
If James Corden was on fire and I had a bottle of water, I'd bottle him.
Okay, that's so mean. That is horrible.
And this one's a little more lighthearted. I hope James Corden really does like carpool karaoke, because he's going to be ordering a lot of drive-through moving forward.
Oh.
There's a story going viral from a WestJet flight. Have you heard about this?
No.
So a lady that was working on the airplane, a flight attendant, recognized somebody sitting in one of the seats. It was her teacher from 1990. So she jumped on and told everybody a story. Somebody recorded it, and it's since gone viral, but it's pretty awesome.
Okay, let's hear it.
Today is National Teachers Day. I'm going to get emotional. But today I saw my teacher from 1990, Miss O'Connell, who's here on the aircraft, who was my favorite teacher ever. And I haven't seen her since 1990. This lady made me love Shakespeare, got me to play piano. I have my master's in piano, and I can write an essay. Thank you, Miss O'Connell. I love you.
Isn't that cute?
I still have teachers like that from elementary school that absolutely shaped me as a person and gave me the confidence I needed to thrive in certain areas of life. Mm-hmm. And it's so true. You don't even really think about the impact that they have on you until you're older. So seeing them as an adult it can get emotional.
Yeah, if I saw most of my teachers, if I was a flight attendant, I'd just like skip their row.
Yeah.
No pretzels, no drinks.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.